Starcast, the official podcast of the Billingham Stars. Watch and listen for the latest news from the Big Red Machine.
Hello and welcome back to the next edition of the Billingham Stars podcast. This is Starcast Series 2, Episode 2. The last of our summer podcasts before we get back up and running once the season gets underway. And it is very, very soon. Hockey will be back at the Forum Ice Arena. I'm delighted to be joined once again from Starcast with Carol Hunter and Jono Langstaff. Carol and Jono, thanks for jumping on as always. How's things with yourselves?
Yeah, all good, all good. Cricketing season nearly coming to the end. So yeah, good for me.
And a big double header just gone as well.
The body's recovering. Bad feet, bad ankles, bad shins, bad knees. The shoulder ain't too good either, but we're nearly at the end now.
A win and a draw, and you're nearly with some silverware as well, which is just what we do.
Yeah, we're not far off. I think promotion's pretty much nailed on. I mean, I think it's virtually impossible for us not to be promoted now. But it's not mathematically confirmed. And then the league title probably should follow maybe a week after the coming weekend. So yeah, it's been a good year.
Hashtag all we do is win. Carol, yourself, good weekend at the Castle Eden?
Yeah, I went to see the cricket on Saturday as well. So cricket on Saturday and golf on Sunday. It was a bit of a sporting weekend, really.
A proper English summer, yes.
Oh.
More about Castle Eden Golf Club and the Billingham Stars Golf Day later on in the podcast as we talk about all things, as we say, the summer coming to an end, the hockey's about to restart, training already underway, has been for the last couple of weeks or so. So the guys are down at the Forum and getting into shape. We've got some players to talk about that hadn't signed by the time we talked last time in July. We'll talk about the roster as it stands and things around the league and just a bit of a chat around that. We have fixtures, we know our playoff weekend, and then some other bits and pieces later on, as we say, including our golf day. So what we'll do with the players that we hadn't announced when our last episode, I'll just list the players, and then we can talk about in general anything particularly you want to mention that comes to light, and then we talk about the roster as a whole. So since our last podcast, for season 25-26, the Billingham Stars have added Tom Wakefield, Lennon Thomas, Chris Sykes, Ian Brown, and just last week, adding some depth on defence, Ethan McLaughlin steps up on a two-way with the book. So they're the players that have signed, and we think that completes the roster as it stands. No signs of anything else happening from the Stars HQ. But Carol, do you want to kick us off with kind of the completion of the roster and the little addition of Ethan at the end there, just to keep people on their toes? But yeah, the roster pretty much as we were last season, obviously with those couple of losses on D that we talked about earlier in the summer.
Yeah, I think when we did the last podcast, I think a lot of people were waiting for two names in particular. I'm quite sure that they were over the moon to see those two names come up. If you're a Stars fan, I think if you're a fan of anybody in the league, they're probably a bit gutted. So obviously our 100-point guys, Chris Sykes and Ian Brown, two massive pieces of the jigsaw. I'm quite sure from the feedback that I saw that people are very, very, very happy to see those guys back on the roster. I tried to keep them till last. Ethan kind of spoilt that party. But the other three guys, all two-way players, just cementing that relationship with the Buccaneers, just pushing for more ice time this season. I'm quite sure when you think about both Tom and Lennon. Ethan's coming back into the fold. Obviously, he had a little bit of time with the Stars 3 seasons ago, and then went to the Buccaneers and got a lot more ice time. It's now the time for him to use that knowledge and experience that he's gained with the Buccaneers back with the Stars. So it just shows that particular pathway is is alive and kicking and doing what it's supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
I would expect both Tom and Lennon to see more of the ice than they did last year, to further their development. And we'll have a look and see how far Ethan's come on in his time with the Bucks. So positive from a development point of view. That is the Billingham ethos. That is how we develop our roster is from within. Obviously, still looks a little light, but at the end of the day, do you know what? If all those names keep themselves fit and healthy, still a really, really, really strong roster and right up there for defending those trophies.
Yeah, and Jono, as Carol says, we talked about the losses that we had from the roster at the end of last season, and as we suggested, as we thought would happen, and as Carol's just alluded to there, the Billingham first thought is to always promote from within, and that's what we've done by bringing up guys from the books who'll see additional time with the Stars this year.
Yeah, I mean, it's all part of the plan since the reset of COVID, hasn't it? So it was a part of the plan to start again from within. Some opportunities have come up this year with guys moving on to bigger and better things like Tommy. So and we wish him well up in the National League. But there's big opportunities for Lennon, Tom, and Ethan now at the back end there to show what they can do and that they are rightful NIHL Division 1 players. It is a big jump. It is a tough division. As we found out the last few years, trying to win the league and maintain that. So yeah, it's going to be a huge season for them three. They're going to get ample opportunities, the three of them, and I think we'll see probably the three of them get better as the season goes along, as they get more confident. But yeah, it's great to see that we've got this system and we're using it to its maximum potential.
Yeah, and there's other guys with the books, I'm sure, who'll the coaches will be aware of and have their eye on, and if things go well for them, they'll obviously get a chance to train with the Stars, and if they're good enough, as we've seen before, if they're good enough, they'll get the opportunities as the season goes on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, straight away, those younger kids in that Buccaneers team knows what's at the end of the line. They know there's positions available for them. They know that they won't have to go anywhere else to play the hockey because they know we're a club that will go within. So if there's a position that becomes available and they play that position, they should definitely have their eye on it because they will get an opportunity sooner rather than later.
Yeah. All right, Carol, S. Wallace, ready for a call-up, I think.
You know what? It's great to see him still playing because a player of that caliber, yes, he almost certainly is too good for N2 even at his grand old age. But wow, to see him still lacing him up for the Bucks is fabulous, and long may it continue.
Yeah, and we've kind of off air and kind of when we were having our own conversations, we've kind of had a look at guys in the books who we've said he could have a chance, he could have a shot, like forwards and D. So right across the roster, and even in net as well, right across the roster, there's guys in the Buccaneers system who we're talking about. So if we're talking about it, the Stars hierarchy must be talking about them as well.
Absolutely, and further down the junior list as well. Obviously, there's the Buccaneers are at the top of the junior Stars development system. So under 19s and under 16s, you start looking down into those rosters, and there's talent coming up through the ranks at every level. Coaches keep an eye on all of them, and yeah, it's good that we have a club that is able to kind of work together to make sure these kids are getting the opportunities when they become available.
Just thinking that before we look at the roster as a whole, there's one departure from last year. It's not a departure as such, but Stu Jackson obviously is too old for a two-way this year, and he's chosen to go with the Bucks for his hockey future for now. So again, another trophy winner over the last couple of years with the Stars. Unfortunately, as I say, the way that the two-way system works, he's not open to a two-way this season coming up. So thanks to Stu for everything he's done. He picked up, I think, another couple of GB representative things in ball hockey over the summer. So he's still ploughing his international all sorts career. So great to see Stu, and obviously good luck with the Buccaneers, and thanks for everything he's done in the Stars for the last couple of years. Who knows? Never say never, as we said before.
Lee.
So the roster as a whole, as we say, it's last year with a couple of losses. I say Ethan's come up. Lennon and Tom are a bit more kind of firmed up on the two ways. So as kind of rosters go, it's as you were, Jono.
Yeah, and it's not a bad roster, is it, really, when you think about it? Yeah, Tommy is irreplaceable, and it's just one of those things. It was only going to be a matter of time. Even if we went and signed a player from another club, you were still not replacing him. He doesn't exist twice. So it would have been a big change anyway. But no, you've got your main scorers are back. Ian Brown, 23, 24. His best years are ahead of him still. So he's still going to get better. Jammers, Helens is 24, Darren Satterfield's 26. These lads aren't even in their prime yet, and they're very, very, very good hockey players, and they will only improve. And then you've got your three or four stalwarts in Sykesy, Elder, Moss, and Grittens, and they're not going to become bad hockey players overnight. They're still going to be just as good at this level, if not better. I was just down in training last week, and Mikey Elder looked very on point and very sharp, and looking like he could be ready for a big season himself. So we've still got everything to look forward to. The titles are all ours until they're not. And I'm sure it'll take some effort to get them off us.
Yeah. And we kind of just glossed over it, Carol. Sykesy and Ian Brown. It was just like, oh yeah, they've signed again. But it's like over 250 points in all competitions last year.
Yeah.
They're kind of a special season. I was going to say it comes around once in a career. Hopefully it doesn't come just once, and we see some more this season coming. But yeah, to add those on at the end of the recruitment, as I say, people were expecting them, but they're not to be underestimated by any stretch.
No, they are the two names that not just Stars fans, but fans throughout the league were looking for. The fans of other clubs probably looking and hoping like mad that for whatever reason they weren't going to come back, because they both, well, they proved it last season. They're an absolute menace, and having that line with Mikey, it's almost impossible to put out a line against them, because you mark out one of them. There's two others on that line that are going to do an immense amount of damage. So it's yes, maybe it was expected that we would announce them. I did try to keep them back as hard as I could, so we had a little bit of jeopardy going on. But it's amazing that they're back again. I mean, Chris, wow, what can you say about Chris? He's just been part of the furniture for so long and so essential to everything that Billingham's done for such a long time. And then you've got Ian, who said he had unfinished business last season and then proceeded to smash every record going. So yeah, not a bad couple of people to have on the team.
Yeah, I hope he's still got unfinished business from last year as well, because we only won 4 out of 5, remember? So there's still unfinished business, Ian. And if Corey's listening as well, tell him there's still unfinished business.
Get him told. Told.
Anything else on the roster as a whole? Obviously, we talked about all the signings as we had up to the last ones. We talked about the forwards, the D, and a kind of netminders as a group. Anything else on the roster, Jono, that you want to pick on or highlight?
No, I mean, I think as you look through the rest of the league, a lot of teams have got a lot of new players, and that could take time to bed in new systems, fitting those players in. Some of those players might not even fit in where they've landed. So changes could be afoot anywhere. This team is settled, it's set, it knows what it's capable of, and they all trust each other, and they've all got each other's back. And it's basically they are a family. They don't need no fancy changing rooms or whatever. They're all together, they're a unit, and they'll take some stopping, they really will. On paper, they don't have. On paper, I mean, there could be a 3rd or 4th place team, but this game's not played on paper. They're a very good side. They know how to win games. As I mentioned earlier on, I think James Helens is only 23 years old. He's been around forever. I think he's got over 300 Stars games. under his belt. This guy's experience, the kid's experience, and he's very good. And that goes for a lot of the other younger guys as well. So it's as much as doom and gloom as it looked that we've got no new faces or anything like that. Sometimes you just don't need them. We're going to put a lot of responsibility on the books for the lads stepping up, and we're going to see where we are, and we're going to see where these lads are. And it's just going to be another fun season. I think we're in for another cracker, whether we come first, second, third, or fourth, get beaten in cup semi-finals or what, I don't know. I think we're just going to be in for an absolute hell of a season, and it's going to be entertaining like no other.
Like last year, but no other. Carol, anything else on the current roster before we look at the wider league teams and stuff like that?
No, I think John nailed it there. This is a team. This is why we chose this route of promoting from within. These are guys who've played together literally 4 years, and there's something about that you can't replicate somewhere else. So there's teams there that are gunning for silverware, really want silverware, but they've got 6, 7, and 8 new guys on the roster, and that is quite difficult to create the right chemistry and the right team spirit from the get-go. Not saying that they won't eventually, but from the get-go, that's going to be tricky. So that is the one massive advantage that we have that nobody else can match at the minute is the fact that we are a team. We're not a collection of individuals.
And the guys we brought in, I say that first season back after the pause, the guys we give the senior hockey to, 16, 17, 18-year-old as they were then, as John says now, those have played those 4 or 5 years, and they've grown up as a team. They've grown up together as a team, and that's something that you can't just replicate with the signing of a new player from a higher league or anything like that. So, no, we shall see. I say it did us well last year. The togetherness, I think we spoke about it several times last year, got us through several situations last year where previously we maybe wouldn't have pulled through. So long may that continue. And as John says as well, on the training, we've seen them for the last couple of weeks. They're already skating hard, skating fast, and kind of looking to pick up where they left off in April in Sheffield, hopefully. The other teams around the league, as we were talking just before we started recording, their recruitment, some teams are finished, some teams are still building. Carol, do you want to anything kind of standing out for yourself? Any teams in particular?
Well, we're getting towards the end of the summer now, and most teams are pretty much done. There's a few teams looking a bit light because they've not announced the whole team yet, but I'm still looking no further than the challenge of Blackburn. They've built a team that they want to see win silverware. They've been quite vocal about it. It's not as if we're saying something that's not in the public domain already. There was a podcast with Dom Osman that pretty much said that. There's a podcast just come out with the board of directors. They've spent some money. They want return. So I fully expect that to be where the main challenge comes from. They've got some massive names in that squad now. But as we've just said, I think a lot of how successful they are is going to be how that team gels together. D-side, again, I think I said this on last podcast, they've built a strong looking squad. Solihull look dangerous. I think those 3 teams at the minute are where I see the main competition, if you like. Like I say, there are some teams who haven't quite got there with their rosters, but if you look at who those 3 teams have signed in particular, I think those are the guys that you're going to be looking at on the fixture list and going, that's going to be a good game. So those are the 3 at the minute that I've singled out.
Do you know, same for you? Anybody else?
Yeah, I actually kind of like what Telford are doing. They could be pushing to be up there with maybe Hull, the best of the rest kind of group. I don't want to talk in football terms here, but you kind of have got your top four now. Your big four are probably that little bit better than everybody else. Your Billingham, Deeside, Solihull, and Blackburn. I think it will be them four will break away from the rest. Hull over the last couple of years of being the next best of the rest. But I think Telford aren't far off from that. I know they made some good signings. I think Brody Jessen was announced also this week to go on to Telford. There's rumours of other players as well that may shock a few. And obviously they've got the young talented Stanton there as well. Widnes, I don't know with them. They could be very Jekyll and Hyde. Leeds, I think, could have a tough year, but they're going to be a very, 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 very young side. They'll probably be putting a lot of pressure on the kids who stood out last year, your Owen Dells, your Venguses. They'll be expecting them to kick on big time this year. And your Sheffield and your Nottingham, Sheffield, I think it's going to be a bit of a change for them due to their new pathway that they've got. They'll probably have a lot of hungry kids this year wanting to make that Steel Dogs roster. So they'll be going out with a point to prove. So I think they could be a handful. But yeah, other than the top four, I think you'll have Hull, Telford battling for fifth and sixth. And then I think the last two playoff spots are probably wide open.
Yeah. And Telford, like you say, the move their second team up to Div 1 has allowed them to keep the likes of Taylor Stanton, who maybe had such a good season last year in Div 2. If he wanted to continue his development, he may have had to move sideways to somebody else. But now he's going to play Div 1 and get a turn in the national division as well.
Yeah, he's
and he can stay within the Telford system. So that's presumably part of the reason why they elected to take the spot that was available in the division.
Yeah, and I think it's the same with Nottingham as well. A couple of their stars of big name youngsters are either with Nottingham or training with National League teams on 2 ways as well. So again, you could see a push from their better players, as it Rushby and Somerton and Core, who are very good youngsters. Yeah. You probably expect to see them kick on again this year as well.
Yeah, and Alex Rushby's I think it was just yesterday they announced he's already on a tour with Peterborough, but he was at Nottingham's Panthers training camp. And he's going to be on a 2-way with them as well. Presumably it's not a 2-way, it's a 3-way then, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Count Craig. So he'll be like on a kind of play up with them as well. So you'll get opportunities with the Lions and Peterborough, and so maybe get a turn with the Phantoms as well. So with the Panthers as well. Sorry. And that's what the kind of development system that we've always talked about. That's what our division should be all about. Not getting all too preachy about juniors and stuff, but there we go.
Yeah, I mean, the leagues for years have produced some of the best players. I mean, Liam Kirk's from this division. That's what it's for. It's what it is. I know it's hard it's painful sometimes. We never got to see the best of Finn Braden. He left at 17-year-old. I mean, another year of him at Billingham would have been wonderful to see. And Tommy Spraggan's gone off to better things. I mean, it would be great to keep hold of these guys, because we probably would have an absolute gun of a squad. But the fact is there's a higher league out there, and some of these kids want careers in the sport, and they're going to go off and leave. And we're just a part of that stepping stone. And if we can get some of the best years out of these kids, and get some silverware at the same time, then we'll all enjoy it.
Yeah, no, 100%. Anything else from you, Carol, or we can move on?
No, just really looking forward to seeing how everybody shapes up. We're kind of in that zone now where we know roughly what everybody's team looks like. It's just how they actually skate out on the ice. Yeah. That's going to be the interesting part for me now.
Well, we'll get a good chance to see how people shape up, because the way the fixtures have worked out. We'll more of that in a second. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll come back. We'll talk about fixtures, playoffs, which have been confirmed, and any other businesses as well. So thanks for listening in so far. This is season 2, episode 2, and we'll be back very shortly with more Starcast. Welcome back to Starcast. This last mid-season, off-season, summer, whatever the hell you want to call it, Season 2, episode 2. Carol and Jono back with us. Something else that dropped after the last episode was the fixture list for your Billingham Stars. It starts at the end of this month with a home and away challenge series against the Whitley Warriors, who are playing in Europe this year. And then the league season's a bit. It's a fixture list is a bit funny, shall we say? We don't start until the 21st of September with an away game, and the home opener isn't until the 28th of September. And then it's kind of all right until the last month. If it's been out a while, so if you've seen it, you know what we're talking about. March, we are away to Blackburn, away to Widnes, away to Solihull, away to Deeside, and we finish at home to Deeside on the 22nd of March. Jono, do you want to start with anything that's coming for yourself on the fixtures for 25-26?
Where I just feel like, I don't know, that away stint at the end of the season isn't a pretty one, is it? I mean, if the season goes down to the wire between those 4 teams, I mean, it'll be exciting.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, zero advantage to Billingham whatsoever, being away from home, travelling God knows how many thousands of miles, without a home game, without a home crowd behind us. So yeah, the fixture secretary, or whoever you want to call them, or whoever they are, have done us dirty there. But it is what it is. We've been there before. I think was it last season we had 4 on away games, or the season before we had 4 on the bounce.
Yeah, I think
we came out of it all right.
First year we won the league, we had a bit of an away run towards the end, didn't we? So
yeah,
we got done dirty, but we kind of came out of it. But yeah, I mean, the only thing obvious to the fixture list is the no usual ending the season with the Warriors. Thankfully, they've bogged off. But yeah, other than that, yeah, it's just a delayed start as well. It's hard to get going and getting exciting after you've got pre-season, then you've got to wait a month to play again.
Yeah.
But other than the very late start and the horrific road journey at the end of the season, yeah, quality fixture list.
Yeah. So it's like 30th and 31st is the pre-season, and they say we don't play again for 3 weeks after that, and it's Leeds away, and then it's Leeds at home at the end of September, and then we start proper again in October. We'll mention as well that there is a Christmas Cup is back this year with our friends from up the A19. 27th, 28th of December. 27th at Billingham, 28th at Whitley. So it's another Christmas festive bonanza. Last year, obviously, doubled as league games as well. This year, it's just a standalone festive knockabout, shall we say?
I suppose the trophy's worth winning. No, it's not about league points.
Yeah. And it's another one that's in our trophy cabinet. So, yeah, come and get it off us. Carol, yourself, anything on the fixtures as they stand?
No, pretty much what Jono said. It is a bit odd having to wait that long for a fixture.
Yeah,
there's quite a few games that we're going to be able to have a look at. Teams that we're going to be able to have a look at before we even see a puck being dropped, which is a bit weird. And that I don't even want to talk about March because that's just a horror story.
You wouldn't even see that in professional sport. That's what makes it disappointing.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to comment too much on it because I might say something that gets us into trouble. But yeah, that March schedule is brutal.
I mean, at the end of the day, we play everybody home and away twice, so it's just the way it falls is a bit less than ideal, shall we say. In terms of competitions, the cup is the same as last year, 2 5-team groups to qualify. Our cup group is Leeds, Telford, Blackburn, and Nottingham, and ourselves, obviously. Top 2 teams in that group qualify for the semi-finals, which is in mid-January. The final is scheduled to be towards the end of February. And then playoffs, again, is the same as last year. Top 8 play home and away quarterfinals. The winners of that play home and away semi-finals. And then the playoff weekend is going to be the same as last year. Steel City Showdown at the Bauer Arena, Ice Sheffield. Same as last year. 4 regional division finals on a Saturday and 2 national finals on Sunday. So I know that the AIH are trying to get tickets sorted as soon as possible to get those available so people can start planning and buying and sorting out their playoff weekends already. Like the Elite League have already got theirs nearly sold out. So why don't we follow suit as well? So yeah, so Ice Sheffield returns. And as we said again at the end of last season, a couple of tweaks from what happened in April just gone, and the weekend can be even better, Carol.
Absolutely. There's lessons that I'm sure have been learned from last year. Timing probably being the big one. However, that venue's perfect for a multi-game event for many fans from different clubs. I think that's why they've decided to have it in Sheffield again. There was talk that it would go further south for this next round. However, Sheffield's not massively. It's not like it's what I would call proper up north. It's kind of more Midlands, isn't it? So it's not. It's. I'm sure the South might have preferred it to be a venue closer to themselves, but I don't think they'll be desperately disappointed by being at Sheffield because Sheffield is a really good venue and a really good city to have that event in. So, a couple of tweaks, be perfect.
Just off
and
the
the
M1.
hotel will already be 5 minutes away.
Yeah. Or around the corner if you're
or over the road.
And yourself, John, was same. Steel City Showdown was a if you get rid of the 10-round penalty shootout in one of the finals, we'll be laughing.
Yeah, to be fair, I have no qualms with the game finishing at midnight, just because of the occasion. I mean, it's rare. It happens once a year. Your hotels are literally over the road. I mean, in a perfect world, it doesn't happen, but it happened. Never mind. So it wasn't something that's ruined last year. Would it have changed anything? Absolutely not. Can you avoid it from this happening this time round? Possibly changing the start times by 15, 20 minutes. You just don't know. You could get a bad injury next year, and touch wood, that doesn't happen. But you just can't foresee these things. The facility's great. I wouldn't have mind traveling down south. I'd be going no matter where it's at. It's a great weekend for hockey, I suppose, and many other things. But yeah, as a venue, it's one of the best. The food's great. They had good beer locations. There wasn't mental queues. Plenty of hotels for everyone. They've got a tram that's in the city that's reliable. What more could you ask for?
Yeah. No, and it was a successful weekend, as we said, and a couple of tweaks, and it'll be even better.
And even better when you win.
I'm sure it is, definitely. In sudden death overtime with the end-to-end coast-to-coast screamer. Should we watch that video now? Yay! Right. Fixtures are on the Billingham Stars website. They're on the social media. There's a nice little graphic and stuff, which I'm sure that no doubt will need to be amended 117 times as the season goes on. But still, we shall do that. The important dates for your diary, though. Pre-season, 30th and 31st of August. 30th at home at the Forum. And 31st, obviously, at Hillhead's Ice Palace. Pre-season, and then first home game is the 28th of September, where it leads the week before that in Elland Road. That's pretty much it for fixtures. Kind of it's kind of any other business, but it is Billingham linked. This week the junior club announced they'd already announced that we were relaunching a girls team. So we've got an under 16 girls team playing in the WNIHL under 16s division this year. Which has been fantastic. I have plenty of girls in the juniors for the last couple of years. But now having their own Billingham team is great. And they're having their season opener on the 6th of September. They're playing one of the other newest teams, Caledonia. Caledonia Iron Maidens, which is a fantastic team name. So they're coming down from Edinburgh. It's going to be 4 o'clock on the 6th of September. And basically we're just putting the call out there. If there's no Stars hockey, there isn't. no reason not to get yourself to the forum for something really special. There's a lot of talented female players have come through Billingham in the past, and some already in the club. So to get them the opportunity to play women's hockey, we've seen how women's hockey's gone over the last few years in England and also worldwide. So it's a huge thing for the junior club to do, and it's going to be something very special, Carol.
Yeah, get yourselves down to the forum, give the lasses some support. Yeah, the women's game is growing. Billingham, unfortunately for whatever reason, have been missing that women's element for a good few seasons now, and it's fantastic that it's back, and that we're able to give the number. We as you've just said, we've got a number of girls in the system, and it's great that we're giving them their own team. Some great coaches in there. There's going to be a great buzz about it. It's been on England Ice Hockey today, I noticed. Just give the girls some support and welcome back to women's hockey in Billingham. It's been a long time coming, and I think it just shows the development of the junior club, giving all of these talented young people a place to play and opportunities to play in the right places.
Yeah, and the under 16 girls is a really competitive division as well. We had the playoffs in the end of the women's season in May, and the under 16s is always one of the most keenly contested. And in the North Division, you've got Whitley, you've got a team. Obviously, Billingham have now got a team. Caledonia, who play in Edinburgh. There's Manchester, there's Nottingham, there's Deeside. There's kind of all the kind of your normal hockey rivals, you could say, is kind of recreated at the under 16 girls level. So it's going to be fun to watch. And the junior games, I believe, are free of charge.
All junior games are free of charge.
100%. Yeah. John and yourself, obviously, seeing Billingham as a club grow. We say about the Stars benefiting from the juniors. If we can get it going on the women and girls side as well, it's all more power to the club.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic to see women's hockey back on the map in Billingham, and yeah, I mean, these girls are going to be the start of hopefully having a senior team back one day. Bit of hockey in Billingham for women used to be the pinnacle. I mean, it used to be one of the best teams about. But it's just great that these girls have got somewhere to play. That's their age group. For years and years, they've been playing in boys' teams just to get a game, and probably getting a rough deal or not getting the ice time that they deserve. But now they've finally got somewhere where they can play at their level, compete, and show the skills that they've got, and been learning playing in boys' sport. So yeah, really excited for them. Hopefully I'll get down with my daughter to a game or two, to maybe get some motivation into her as well, because she's a screen kid. But yeah, it's just fantastic to see, and I wish them all the luck, and I can't wait to see another age group and another junior age group develop in Billingham and hopefully lead on to another successful senior team one day.
Yeah, so that's the under 16 girls there. The home opener, but obviously the relaunch of the junior girls program, Saturday the 6th of September, 4 p.m. face off at the Forum. Hopefully get a good crowd down there. I know Abby McCourt, who plays with the Bucks, came through the juniors in Billingham. She's played JB under 18s. She's going to be doing a ceremonial face off. So we'll get plenty of people down there as well. So give the girls your support, and best of luck to the under 16 girls for the new season. And all of the juniors, of course, but a special plug for the girls today. So Sunday, then, Carol, you said you were at the cricket on Saturday in a leisurely capacity, but Sunday, you and I were both at Castle Eden Golf Club, across the road from Castle Eden Brewery, home of what used to be sponsors of the Castle Eden Cup.
Correct.
So there's all sorts of hockey connotations, but it was golf all the way, and it was a very successful golf tournament for the Billingham Golf Society, I believe. Is this Golf Society?
Billingham Stars Golf Society, yes. Yeah.
Would you like to tell us a bit more?
It's an inaugural event that's been going on for years. I'm kidding. I think this is the first time we made it this visible, and it's obviously going to be a fixture going forward.
Yeah.
This particular year, Castle Eden was Reds v Blues, and effectively that was Reds being Stars, although there were a few bucks in there. Andy Finn was a star, and Ben Davo was a star. Lewis Hall was a star.
Michael Bowman.
And the blue team was effectively everybody else. So we had a few special guests in there. Finn Braden turned up to show off his golfing skills. Couldn't convince him to come back to Billingham, unfortunately. And a great day was had by all.
Yeah.
It was really fun, and obviously all in a fantastic cause. Still got my Andy's Man Club on today. My little bag. Well over £1,100 raised for charity. You can't argue with that. So and actually there's going to be a bit more added to that, because there was a bucket going around for Lucas Dowdall's Great North Run effort. So when I find out how much was in that bucket, I'll let everybody know. But there was plenty going on. We had Anthony Payne turned up. We just talked about the Castle Eden Cup. So yeah, former bomber, former 100-point club man, Anthony Payne, joined us.
100 tap-ins.
I won't tell him that, but he turned up briefly on the first tee for a little chat. And it was magnificent. It was just really fun day. I don't play golf myself, so I know very little about it. But I'm told for an 18-hole competition that it took considerably longer than it should have done. I don't know why. I have no idea. But apparently fingers have been pointed at James Moss.
I don't know.
But yeah, I think that it was 6 hours for the round, which apparently is
Sounds a bit long, yeah.
Yeah. But
sounds like what somebody tells their half how long it'll take when they want an extra couple of pints down at the clubhouse. But yeah. But they were playing. Obviously, they were playing a 4-ball, and they were playing scramble, which means they each hit a shot, and then they decide who shot's best, and then they both hit the next shot from that place rather than playing their shots individually. So there's probably a bit of talking and deciding and jiggery pokery and whatever. So I didn't say that.
Yeah.
But yes.
There was some apparently, again, I don't know much about golf, but apparently there was some very good golfers amongst both Reds and Blues, and some not so good. So not going to say anything about the first tee. There was a prize for the worst first tee shot.
Worst off the first, yes.
Worst off the first, and I don't think he'll mind me telling everybody that Mikey Elder's first tee shot was absolutely abysmal.
Yeah. Well, he's probably thinking, well, the captain needs to take one for the team. So what I'll do is I'll tow it off the driver, and it'll hit the ground before it leaves the tee, and then bounce like 100 yards down it. Yeah.
Well, great. Bless him.
But to be fair, it was the first shot, and he did have everybody else standing around watching him. So, but there you go. But no, I was there for a kind of half the afternoon. It was really good. I got a few with Carol and I both, some videos, some photos, and being the gentle that I am, I've just thrown everything that Carolyn left her to pick the editing.
There is a considerable amount of editing required. That's all I'm going to say. Unfortunately, there is no such thing as an automatic bleep machine, which means a considerable amount of editing is going to be required on those videos.
And obviously, thanks to the Supporters Club chairman for the use of the gimbal, which was also a big help when Carol's standing there taking photos of 28 tee shots over a couple of hours. That was useful. But yeah, no, it was good to see. And say it's something that the club have. I know it's been talked about before, and the guys play a lot of golf kind of normally, so to kind of formalize it like this and raise money for charity is fantastic, and hopefully becomes a regular event. So that's fantastic to see. So there will be more hashtag content. But as I say, there was, what did that, I can't remember how many photos and videos I sent. It was 100 or something I sent to you, and
All I know is I'm now having to do all of the editing on 2 different laptops because there was that much. My normal laptop fell over because it didn't have enough memory. So I had to transfer it all onto another laptop, which is, you can't see, but it's on the other side of me, so that I can do the editing because my own laptop just wouldn't have it. This.
So we'll look forward to that montage in due course. But well done to everybody. Darren and Shug were the driving force. Was it Darren and Mikey?
Mostly Darren. Darren's our number 1 golfer, I think. So he's kind of responsible for this. Shug did a load of highly amusing pen picks before the event. I think everybody's just chipped in, really. It's been kind of a bit of a joint effort in terms of getting it off the ground. But there's already plans for future events involving fans, etc., etc. So it's the Stars Golf Society, now that it's poked its head over the parapet, is going to have a little bit more visibility in future, I think.
Sounds good. Jono, I know you already play a summer sport, but do you try a hand at golf as well?
Yeah. There's the other L-Setter club sat in the garage. I haven't done anything this year golf-wise due to breaking the elbow and then just keeping it fixed.
Too busy winning the cricket. I know you're busy winning the league this year.
For the cricketing season, but golf's something I like to do now and then. So hopefully, if another event comes around, I'll hopefully be a bit more involved in.
Yeah, and we'll hopefully put it on a Sunday where the league haven't just dropped you a double header fixture at a moment.
I don't want preferably no cricket weekend at all, and I'm a bit more fresh.
Yeah, right. We'll see what we can do for next year and get you booked in a 4 ball. But well done to everybody at the golf day, and thanks to Castleden Golf Club for hosting and I say a bit of memories just driving past. Oh, that's the brewery, and then visions of the Riverside drink and TS, your PA announcer for the evening, and a bloody clock.
No, we don't. We don't mention that.
Yeah. Fozzie playing for the Bombers as a 14-year-old, and that doesn't happen anymore. Anyway, I'm showing my age, and I shall stop there before I get too sentimental. Thanks for the golf report, our golf correspondent. Jono, we haven't done this for a while. Do you have any supporters club business to tout, to sell, to promote, to make your public aware?
Absolutely plenty going on. Loads and loads of stuff. We are nearly ready to announce a new member of the team, of the supporters club team. That's all exciting. That should be happening soon. We have new pucks. Can I reach it? Oh, maybe I can't. We do have pucks to go along with these ones, so you can collect the full set. So you can get the league ones, the playoff ones, and the national playoff one. So you can available to buy as a set. There is a discounted price on the set, or you can buy them individually.
Did we win 4 different things or something?
Yeah, we have 4. So you get the set, full set. That was the first one of the 4, the cup one.
Yeah.
All the players' names on the back as well. That's repeated through the series of pucks. So we thought it would be good to do something that way fans could collect. And have a reminder of those 4 trophies together. With keyrings coming, the own loans is out there. The memberships are ready to go. I don't think I'm missing anything. I hope not. They'll shoot me if I have.
To be fair, you're only in pre-season. You're not in full season.
Carol, help me out. What else have we got going? The own loans are available. Man of the matches are available. Are out there and available. I think that's it, isn't it?
Puck drop, please. Puck drop.
Oh yeah, the puck drop. Yeah, ceremonial puck drops. Yeah, the man of the, I think it goes along with the man of the matches as well. And so yeah, everything's out there. If you are interested in stuff, you can message the Sports Club page. The memberships again are available. There's discounts for here, there, and everywhere at the moment. We'll get them all officially confirmed, and we'll put that in a post and confirm them all. But yeah, we will be 100% ready to go for the first league game of the season, just because our pre-season games might coincide with a certain title win for the cricket club, so I won't be around.
Well, we know how the lifting of silverware takes precedence over things. So yes, if you be lifting silverware, that's fine. You have a pass out for that. But yeah, look forward to the supporters club repeating their sterling efforts of last year and shaking people for money as soon as they enter the building and getting as much off them as possible.
Also, yes, actually, now you said that as well. We hope to be at the Billingham Town Fun Day as well, which I believe is on the 6th and 7th of September. It's not 100% confirmed for both dates, but we will be there for at least one of those dates. But keep an eye on our socials for which one, and what will be going on at that fun day as well.
Excellent. If it is the 6th, you can go there and then come to the junior girls game.
Exactly.
And afterwards and watch some hockey. So yeah, 2 for the price of 1. No, brilliant for the supporters club. As I say, last year smashed it out the park again, and hopefully continue the fabulous work this year. So look out for more from the supporters club. Follow them on their socials, as well as following Billingham on our own socials. So plenty of social content for your social media eyes and ears. So thanks for that, Jono. And we'll kind of wrap it up there for the off-season edition. Just a reminder, the pre-season game, Saturday the 30th at the Forum Ice Arena. I was going to say 5:30. It's 5:30 this one, isn't it? It's the Christmas one that's different.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've done that many, and I should have written it down, but I didn't. I'm trying to trust my brain, and that's never a good idea. So Saturday the 30th, 5:30 at the Forum Ice Arena. At 5 o'clock the following day at Hillhead's Ice Palace. That's Whitley Warriors in our pre-season series. And then the home opener is Sunday the 28th, 5:30 as usual, against the Leeds Knights 2. That is a league and a cup game. And as I say, keep an eye on Star socials for pre-season and previews and the usual stuff that the media team... See, I'll get this pointing thing right. The media team does so well, so we'll look forward to that. Podcast wise, we're not sure if it'll be before or after the pre-season. Probably after, because it's 3 weeks from that to did we mention the 3 weeks after the pre-season before first league game? So we'll probably reconvene after the pre-season to have a full season preview and everything like that. We'll know full rosters by then, I think, and all that kind of jazz. So we'll draw a veil there. Thank you for your attention and thank you for listening. We'll be back, I say, in a few weeks after the pre-season. Thank you to Jono. Thank you to Carol. Thank you to everybody who supports and listens and shares and likes and comments and all that sort of good stuff. From Starcast, we'll say bye-bye and we'll see you soon.
Thank you for watching and listening to Starcast. Follow us on social media and remember to subscribe and leave a review on your podcast platform.